Hello people and welcome to my channel. I came to know about Flutter application development and I find it fascinating. So I wanted to learn this, and I think with this set of series of videos I would capture my journey of the learning Flutter application development and then share it with you guys. So without talking too much, let's get started, and in order to do that, let's click on get started. Alright, so in order to have or say start the Flutter application development, first thing first is required the SDK system development kit. In my case, I'm on Mac OS, so I'm gonna click on that, but you can choose the operating system based on the system on which you're working. So the next step would be downloading the SDK on your system. It is heavy. When I say heavy, it is in gigabytes. So I have pre-downloaded the SDK and it is in the downloads folder. Now these are the commands with which we would be able to extract that in a particular folder. So here they're recommending it to extract it inside a development directory. So I would open the Finder, go to the development directory, create one. If you don't have, I just created it, and then I'm gonna drag and drop this here and double click. So instead of running those commands, I'm doing this manually. So this is gonna take some time, I believe, and it would create a Flutter folder over here. So let's keep this over here and this over here. What is the next step? I think the next step is to set the path, and we have to set this path along with the path of present working directory, which is the development directory inside your current directory. So which is users, your username, and then development directory, and then the path of the Flutter. So this is the path which is required to set. So this path you can set it inside of your bash file or source file. Basically I'm using omyzs or zsh, so I'm gonna use the Visual Studio Code editor to modify that file. So .zshrc, yes, this is the file which I'm gonna modify. So I'm hitting the enter key. I've already installed the Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio Code command line tool. Basically with that I'm able to launch. If it is too complex for you, all you can do is just open this with the editor of your preference. In your case it could be bash file also, and scroll down all the way to the down, and you can add this line to your file. So I'm gonna paste that here, and instead of this path I'm gonna give the specific path. Okay, this is still working, so it would be 1 second. Present working directory, let's go to development directory. Alright, so it's done. So I'm gonna go to bin directory now and drag and drop over here. So I have the full path here. Okay, so which I can copy from terminal and put it over here. So we are all set. Let me increase the font size so that you guys can see what changes I'm putting exactly over here. Alright, so this is about setting the path. What is next? So now that we are done with this, I think I'm gonna require to start a new terminal. So I'll open a new tab and close the earlier tab. Okay, run the Flutter Doctor to verify that it is installed. So just copy and paste the command and see if it is working. In my case, it is working. How can I say that? I see some progress over there on top, and now I see further progress. Okay, it means it is installed, SDK is configured properly. What's next? So next thing would be, I believe I don't need to set all of this because iOS setup, Android setup. So for now I'm gonna skip all of the steps which are required for iOS setup, Android setup, macOS setup, or any other setup, because I just want to get started with the actual development. So the second step is to these are the steps which are required but not at the moment. So for now I'm skipping those, and when we would require those we can come back to that. Alright, so I'm gonna switch to step number 2, which is setting up an editor. So as you can see, there are 3 options: Android Studio or Visual Studio Code or Emacs. So my preference is the Android Studio, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that. In my case, I've already downloaded the Android Studio. If you haven't, you can click on this link and download the Android Studio with that link. So apart from Android Studio, you would require to have the plugins, Flutter and Dart plugins, so which I already have installed. So if I click on Android Studio, you can see that in the plugin section, in the install tab, you can see that I have installed Dart and Flutter plugins, which are sort of mandatory. Now what's next? Test drive or write your first application. So now I think yes, Flutter Doctor is working perfectly, and we just need to verify that is our editor ready or not. In order to do that, let's switch to Android Studio, click on new Flutter project. So if you see this, it would indicate that the Android Studio is configured correctly. Okay, now select, I think, Flutter. Okay, it is asking us to set the Flutter SDK path. So click on this triple dot button, select, I think, bin, or maybe I think Flutter is enough. So click on that, click on next. Okay, and you can name the project. So if you see this screen, it means you have configured the Flutter SDK correctly, you have configured the Android Studio correctly. So for now, I'm taking a pause here, and in the next video we will talk about writing the first application. So in this video, let me recap the things which I've covered so far: Flutter Application Development, how to get started, how to install the Flutter SDK, and how to configure the editor of your choice. I have explained about setting up the Android Studio. So that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Thank you so much. Have a good day.